If you don't know me, my name is Peter Heiser, and this is my story, life story. So basically, as a little kid, I was optimistic, I was laughing, and I was happy, I was enjoying life when I was like 5, 6, 7 years old, 8 years old. I started playing football or soccer when I was 5, played till about 14, 15, 15 I guess, years old. And life was pretty good, but when I was 9, I actually switched schools because in the previous school they weren't able or willing to cook gluten-free meals for me because I have celiac disease diagnosed since I was 3 years old. And so I need to eat gluten-free meals. I also have lactose intolerance. I have all kinds of stuff related to my gut. But when I was 9, I was switching schools to a different school where in the kitchens they would prepare or they were preparing gluten-free alternatives, right? So that my mom wouldn't have to cook all the time because I have 3 older sisters and she has been cooking for a long time, her entire life pretty much for us when we, the children, were little. Yes, and as we grew older, of course, mom still had to cook, right? And so she did quite a lot of cooking, and so she wanted to ease that burden a little bit, which is understandable. And so me and my sister, we went to this school, and one of my sisters was fine, right? But when I went into the new school and joined the classroom of kids that already knew each other for like 3 or 4 years, right? Because they've started from the first grade, and I joined them in the 4th grade in primary school. It is, I don't know, I think. And so I was basically like an intruder, like an enemy, someone, a foreigner basically for them. Yeah, intruder would be the right word, I guess. And yeah, there was a guy who was like the main chief, and of course he had his friends. Yes, I'm saying a guy, but it was a kid, right? Same as me. But he was a boy, right? And after some time, he started to pick on me. Yeah, and his friends, of course, they joined him, and because they were this like band of boys, right? And they started making fun of me, and after time, it started escalating, and yeah, it would become physical bullying basically. And with the physical aspect, of course, came inevitably the mental aspect and psychic. Yeah, I guess that's how we can say it. I don't know, mental aspect basically. And yeah, it was pain, and me being introverted and shy, and also trying to be tough. I didn't really know what to do, and I remember this moment very vividly. And it's as I am sitting in class with during the lesson. I think it was Czech lesson, yes, of Czech language, and the teacher just goes to the cabinet for something. Yeah, and so she leaves the classroom, and this guy and his 2 friends, these 3 boys, they get up, grinning. They turn towards me, and of course, I already know what is coming. Yeah, I tighten, I clench, I become nervous. My stomach starts hurting already, preemptively, I guess. And I have nothing I can do. I feel helpless. And so basically, his two friends, the two boys, they grab me, right, each one of my arms, so that I can't move, I can't do anything. And the third, the main boy, the main bully, starts punching me in the stomach. And this goes on for about a minute. Of course, the whole classroom, the other kids, they are just watching, laughing, enjoying. That's something not so boring as Czech language is being presented in the classroom. And of course, when the bullies hear the teacher coming back from the cabinet, from the hallway, they return to their seats, and everyone is acting as if nothing happened. Everyone was just sitting all the time, being nice and dandy. Yeah, and this goes on for the whole school year. And I remember I've tried to tell the teacher, the class teacher, and some other teachers maybe as well, kids, but they didn't really do anything. They just brushed it off, and they were like, "Oh yeah, it's just play," or "It's not really happening. It's not. You can't be serious." I guess they didn't want to bother themselves with it. I don't know. And I'm not sure if I actually told my parents at home. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I don't remember this. But if I did, it was like maybe I was trying to not make it sound so serious, because I was trying to be tough and I didn't want to bother my parents, I guess. I don't know. But I think like after nearly a year, school year, in about March or April, I finally gathered the courage, and I think I told my dad and my mom, like full on, like what was happening. I think that was the moment when they actually rushed into the school and made quite a mess there in the heads of the school staff, teachers, and the principal and others. And yeah, thankfully after that they started looking into it, and I finally had peace. But it was hell. It was hell, and I felt helpless the entire time. And I was glad it was over. Yeah. And so then it was fine. I was living my life, and when I was about 12, I used to go to this summer camp. Again, there would be cooking gluten-free meals there. I was going there with my mom and some of my sisters who were going there usually as well. And it was a good camp, yeah. But when I was like moving from the younger kids group to the older kids group, again, moving into a new environment, there were older kids, and it was only 2 weeks camp, yeah, so it was fine. But again, similar thing happened. There were a group of guys now who were picking at me again, and this wasn't physical this time, thankfully, but it was like more mental, right? And sometimes that can be worse than physical, yeah. And so it ended, it finished, yeah, the summer camp was over, and I started thinking after some time, like, I don't want to feel like this ever again. Like, why is this happening to me? There has to be a reason. Why it keeps happening to me? And I realized that maybe I am the problem. Maybe that in some way I am attracting these predators, these bullies, because of the way I am, of the way I act, I behave. And that brought me to the idea of actually starting to learn some kind of self-defense. yes. And when I finally turned 14, I actually started Krav Maga in my city. I did it for 2 years. It was great. I started feeling very confident after some time of training. Yes, and I would train more and more and fall in love with it. And at first it was like twice a week. Then as I got more experienced, I asked the instructor if I can come more often, and I would be going like 4 times per week. Just a madman, young kid, young boy, just going crazy at training all the time. And I loved it, yeah. And when I turned 16, I was going to a high school. And I was specifically looking for high schools that had some kind of combat sports, right? And I wanted to go into a military high school, but they wouldn't take me there because, of course, my celiac disease. Yeah, they wouldn't be able to like make special meals for me during all the trainings outside, yeah, and boot camps. But they actually accepted me into a police school. Yeah. And this high school was amazing. There was a Thai boxing club, Muay Thai club, and that's when I first encountered Muay Thai, Thai boxing. And after some time, I just fell in love with it. Yeah, the teacher, the coach, was pretty good as well. Yeah, he knew how to engage people and his students, and so it was quite fun. I enjoyed it. And after a year of training, in my second year of high school, I had my first fight. It was crazy. Yeah, it was K1 rules, and yeah, it was good. But we'll leave that for the next video, and I will tell you the story of my first fight in that video. If you want to start Muay Thai, join the link in the description. 7-day free trial to the online Muay Thai gym. See you there.